Brussels, Belgium. This European metropolis and political epicenter of Europe has 138 restaurants per square mile. So you know what that means. We're here to eat everything in sight. So let's get into it. First stop is the Vegan Butcher's Choice. After opening in 2019, this restaurant quickly shook up the European food scene by winning awards and creating popular butcher options in vegan form. We spoke to co-owner Frederica, and you can immediately tell that she is passionate about the food that they create. We ordered a few things, starting with these steaks. Once we made it back to our home in Germany, I threw these bad boys in a pan with plant-based butter and seared them to perfection. I also made some sides and threw in these mushrooms alongside the steak, creating a match made in heaven. It cut just like I remember steak cutting way back in the day, and it looked creepily like a medium rare steak. And of course, it tasted bomb. We also ordered the garlic salami, which was also really solid. It had loads of flavor and great texture. Finally, we ordered these barbecue spare ribs. I threw these in a pan for about 5 minutes on each side, then threw them in the oven for another 15 minutes, and voila, they turned out great. All right, let's get back over to Belgium. The next place we went is MAKISU for some sushi. We ordered 6 different rolls, all of which were really good. The tofu fighter was by far our favorite. The next morning, we headed over to La Alchimiste for brunch. We originally had no plans to come here, but Justine found it at the last minute, and we are so happy that we stopped here. They have a robust coffee menu and also make fresh juice and healthy milkshakes. We ordered the freshly squeezed orange juice and the scrambled tofu on toast. Okay, pause the video, Trey. You guys know by now, we've eaten at well over 300 restaurants around the world. This is seriously one of the best things we've ever tasted. All right, Trey, play back the video. The tofu scramble was unbelievably tasty, and the toast really helped create the perfect pairing. It was also topped with these sauteed mushrooms, which were mind-blowingly good. Good breakfast is really hard to come by, but we found a gold mine here. We actually came back a second time during our stay in Belgium. We ordered the coconut yogurt pancakes with blueberries, and we ordered 2 breakfast bowls. Judging by our son's face, you can tell that these pancakes were amazing, and the breakfast bowl was unreal. It came with tomatoes, tempeh, and the star of the show, the tofu scramble itself. This restaurant gets our stamp of approval, but be careful coming here because you just might become addicted. The next stop was Taylor's Cafe for an early lunch. We ordered this mushroom sandwich and it was great. The sandwich had a really tasty vinaigrette and it really helped bring together the tofu, mushrooms, and other crisp veggies. We also ordered the carrot cake, which was loaded with walnuts, cinnamon, cardamom, and topped with a decadent cream cheese icing. Overall, this was a fantastic lunch. A few steps down the way is the JUDGY Vegan. This iconic restaurant is known for its amazing drinks and its veganized authentic Belgian cuisine. Justine ordered the cheesy lasagna and I ordered the Belgian specialty poulet liégeoise. The sauce was a tad too sweet for me, but the overall quality of the dish was pretty solid. And of course, being in Belgium, we had to make a stop at the world famous Delirium Cafe for beer. There are a number of world-class beer venues in Belgium, but Delirium has a special place in our hearts. For dinner, we visited Lu Lin for some Taiwanese style street food, and we ordered everything. The spring rolls, the calamari, the vegan prawns, and a crispy chicky bowl. We loved everything, but the calamari was really delicious and would fool any carnivore out there. The crispy chicky bowl was also amazing as well with its array of vegetables and spicy chili sauce. This place was unreal and amazing. The next morning, we actually drove over to the picturesque town of Ghent for brunch at a restaurant called KNOL and KOOL. First and foremost, this restaurant is massive and stunningly beautiful and gorgeous. We ordered the banana pancakes and they were amazing. They actually had banana infused throughout instead of doing what most restaurants do and just slapping cut up banana on top of the pancakes. And as lovers of pancakes, we really appreciated that. We also ordered the full English breakfast, which to my surprise featured vegan black pudding. And of course, it had the other usual suspects as well. But let's focus back on that black pudding for a second. It was so good. And while I don't think it would fool a British person into thinking it's the real thing, it was a pretty convincing alternative. The flavor and the texture were both amazing. After brunch, we hit up OYYA for some vegan ice cream and frozen yogurt. And to our surprise, they had a vast array of vegan options. Okay, Trey, I need to pause the video again. We've had ice cream, gelato, and milkshakes all over the world. And for me personally, this is the best ice cream and frozen yogurt I've ever had. All right, Trey, roll the footage. Justine ordered the speculoos, which was loaded with a ton of the popular Lotus cookies. And I ordered the mango with yogurt froyo, and it was so bomb. So good, in fact, that I ordered it back to back within minutes. We then drove to the quaint town of Bruges, which sadly didn't have any open vegan eateries at the time of our visit because we did come later in the day. But we did make it to a favorite brewery of ours, Hui Brewery de Halfman. Sorry for butchering that, but the beer is amazing. Back in Brussels, we hit up KITSUNE Burger for their famous falafel burger. We love falafel and we love burgers, so this was pure perfection for us. I, on the other hand, ordered the Korean fried mushroom sandwich. From the explosive sauce to the crunchy mushrooms, everything about this sandwich was amazing. On our final morning, we headed to Buddy Buddy for what we have heard is the plug for nuts in Belgium. I know that sounds funny, but we got the pound cake and the milk tea. This was hands down the most complex and beautiful pound cake I have ever seen. The taste was rich, and believe it or not, it featured almond, an ingredient not commonly found in traditional pound cake. The milk tea also featured an ingredient not commonly found in milk tea, peanuts. But it worked out really well. Our final stop, sadly, was VEGANWAF for perhaps the most famous food in all of Belgium, the Belgian waffle. And great news, vegans, there's a vegan option right in the heart of Brussels. Eating a Belgian waffle in the middle of the Grand Place in Brussels, does it get any better than this? This waffle was unbelievably good. My favorite part though was definitely the whipped cream. It was so good. And that is going to do it for us, guys. Brussels is a city that prides itself on its amazing array of restaurants, and the vegan restaurants hold just as much weight as their non-vegan counterparts. So with that being said, we hope you enjoyed our tour of Brussels. We really hope you guys get a chance to make it here. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.